All right, now we've taken care of the important stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get to the real important stuff, okay?
Gosh,
because,
yes.
Last night we showed up on number 15, and I've got to tell you, my partner, I got to the golf course last night at like 5:15.
Oh,
and
he got to warm up.
And he was saving me a spot last night, okay?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Scotty was
What
there.
happened?
He was in the parking lot. I questioned whether it was the same guy. Okay,
Wow.
I thought somebody maybe had stolen his identity. So I do have, when you sign up for these things, okay, you do have a questionnaire, okay, that they fill you out.
Oh, yeah.
So they
It's a
can,
long one.
to make sure that they can get your identity if they need you. Okay, so
Right.
you need the town you were born in.
Yep.
They don't get Social Security and things like that. But
Yeah.
what
Did
was the
they
high
do-
school
did
and all
they
that
do
kind of
the
things.
blood draw?
Yeah, they did. Okay,
Yeah.
that was all that way.
Yep.
So, but I didn't have time for a blood test with him last night. So I went down through the whole thing. Where'd you graduate from high school and when? And
He got all the
what was
questions right?
He got them all right. So I realized it was him.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
and he was there in time. Okay, he was there like 45 minutes ahead of time. How's that?
Because usually it's this, like you feel, it doesn't matter where you're on the course.
Yeah.
You feel this wind.
Yeah,
And then
Yeah.
Scott just got here.
he did.
And it's usually about 5 till.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's always out at the hole, on time.
Well, yeah.
But it's just a blur.
Yeah, it's a quick trip. You don't know
Yeah.
those golf carts can drive that fast.
Right.
To get to where you need to go. So he was there on time, and everything was
Amazing.
good. We get to number 15. Okay, is where we started, I believe, last night. The par
Okay.
5. Okay,
Way back.
right,
All the way back.
clear back in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And up drives these two guys. Okay, and one of them says his name is Andy.
Yeah.
And he's related to you.
He is. He's my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Andy
okay.
Graham.
Yeah. And I said, Andy.
Oh, no.
We got to talk, man.
Oh, no.
We've got 9 holes,
Did he
and
tell you stories?
I need all the dirt on
Oh,
Jeff Herb that I can
gosh.
possibly get right at
Andy,
this
come
point in
on,
time.
Andy.
And he just coughed it up, man.
Oh.
Just one after another after
Oh,
another. I've
gosh.
got, do we have
How
a
do you turn
recorder
this
going?
microphone off?
And you know what? If your brother-in-law can't tell some juicy stories about you, then who's going to? You know what I mean? That's exactly where it is.
He would know. He would know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm waiting for the pictures, okay? Because I said, well,
So you don't have proof this morning?
not right at this moment. So that
then I admit nothing.
Being a good news guy that I am, okay.
I admit nothing.
The stories that he told were so outrageous. I needed to see documentation, is what I asked him for, and he said he would take care of that for me.
All right, well,
so I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that.
I'm
right
going to
now.
admit nothing
Yeah,
until there's proof, and I can't. I have to
Yeah.
just fess up.
Then you can
until
always
then,
plead the fifth at that point in time.
Until then, it never happened.
Those Polaroids look like they were a little fuzzy to me. I'm not sure that's
That
me
might
back
not be
there.
me.
Yeah,
That might
I'm
not.
not sure. I don't think I remember ever having a mustache. As we just said. Well, that's part of the story, Jeff. I can't,
Oh,
so,
man.
but we
Well,
had what a good night of golf. What a fun night.
It was
Yeah.
perfect weather.
Yeah, it was. It
And,
was.
we were on the back 9, which I tend to favor the back 9 over
Mhm.
there. I like the back 9, 2 par 5s.
Yeah,
Gives
yeah.
me a little bit of a chance, maybe at a birdie here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they both, they both ate me up last night. It was a terrible night for par 5s, and I played them relatively well, but got in trouble.
Oh,
So
well,
you get that way.
If right now,
Yeah.
if you hit the ball just a little bit off the fairway,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like concrete. So
Oh,
you're
it
going to
is.
get bounces, and the ball's going to go places you didn't think it.
Well,
ever should
my
go.
problem really are those big things they allowed to grow all over the course.
All
You know
those
what I mean?
darn
If they would have just decided that this was going to be, a flat course with no traps and no trees, I think I
could
probably would have
skate
been.
right around.
I'd have been around par last night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really would have been, because I was in traps and behind trees and hit trees and everything else, and played okay. But it was just whoever decided they were going to let those trees stay there. I'd like to talk to that person.
That back 9 is full of them.
Oh man, is it full of them? Yeah, but it was fun. And then there we are. We got this. Andy has this guy named Micah.
Yeah,
Same
it's
last
his
name.
nephew.
Okay.
His
Yeah,
nephew,
nephew.
Micah. Yeah,
Okay.
good kid.
Yeah, great kid. About 7'2". Okay, big tall guy. Okay. So on the very first one on 15, it's kind of an undulating green and everything. All right.
Yeah.
And Micah, okay, who's 7'2", is sitting down to a point where I can just barely see the top of his head, but he's on the green. Okay, he's still on the green, but he's so far down in the gully on that green that I can just barely see the tip top of his ball cap. Okay. And at that point in time, here comes the ball up over the hill and plop right into the
Oh, my
hole
goodness.
for a par. He goes, well, there's a par.
Wow.
I mean, it was like I don't know, 187 foot putt. Okay,
That's
dead
magical.
dead center, just like you just rolled all the way up and just plopped right over the top.
Like on TV.
Yeah, just like okay, let's see, I got that 187 feet. Yeah, there you go. And if it had been 187 and 3 inches, it would have fallen short, but it was just perfect.
Wow.
Rolled right in.
Magical.
And from that point on, the rest of the night, it was just his night. I gotta tell you.
It works like that sometimes, doesn't it?
I bring out the best. Scotty and I decided I bring out the best in my opponent every night. You know what I mean?
So what that means is you're making them comfortable.
Yeah, I guess
they
so.
like you. They're having fun.
Yeah,
and they're just in the zone, and they golf well.
Gosh, man. Yeah.
Now, do you have that effect on Scotty?
No. I don't. No. For some reason, I have the opposite effect on Scotty, my partner. So, at one point in time throughout the night, I tried to trade. Okay, and Andy would not take a trade for Scotty for Micah. Okay,
so
and
maybe that has something to do with it.
That became a little contentious for the last 3 or 4 holes. After you honestly sit there and get caught saying, "Hey, Andy, how about trading me this guy for this guy over here?" And Scott goes, "I'm sitting right next to you.
I can hear you.
We're right here in the same cart right at this point in time, and I can hear every word you're saying. I know, Scotty. Just be quiet for a minute. I'm trying to make a golf deal over here."
Poor Scotty.
He just, he just had he played relatively well here and there, but he just had one of those tough nights.
Yeah.
He missed a couple of putts that really I've never seen seen him miss.
Oh, those are
heartbreakers.
But
it was a good, we got skinned last night. I mean, we got beat pretty badly last night, but it was not. The score did not reflect the competition really. I mean, it was a pretty good round of golf between the two. But it just, Micah was playing so darn well.
Right, yeah, I beat his handicap by a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 10 handicap, okay? And so I'm an 11 handicap, and he beat me by 5 strokes or 4 strokes last night, okay? So he played a wonderful game of golf. Andy's solid as a boy. That boy can play some golf.
Andy has, I got to tell a story about Andy.
Yeah.
He, years and years ago, we were at Stryker and playing around. We get around the front 9 at Stryker, and Andy is at 28.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
That's because he can do that. He can light it up.
I believe that.
His short game, his iron play, and his putting used to be just, there was nobody better.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, and he's had some, he's getting old now.
Yeah, he is.
And he's getting creaky, so he's had some surgeries, and he's like the rest of us, things just don't quite work like they used to. But he can still have those days. But so he's 28 on the front 9.
Okay.
He could set the course record at Stryker.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He leaves after 9 because he has a softball game.
Oh, no.
We couldn't believe it. Like, Andy, you could get your name on the board forever.
Yeah.
And he left and went to play softball.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
It will happen again.
Well, he had a commitment. He kept his commitment. I respect that.
Yeah, sure.
But geez.
28. Holy mackerel.
28.
Gosh, yeah, he's pretty good. There's no doubt about that. Oh, well, but it was a fun night all in all. It was a good time. We had a beautiful night, just a beautiful place, and we got to sit around and kind of enjoy the company of all the golfers afterwards with a beverage, and it was just a great time.
That's as good as the golf there when you get to sit on underneath the deck on 18 and watch, look over the golf course and sip a beverage and chat and tell lies and stories.
You bet, swap them crazy, wild, outlandish stories that we swap all the time. Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, it was a good time. It really was. Hey, it's Thursday, and I know you've got a busy day today, but
before I go,
but I know, you got a popcorn. I think you've got a popcorn sale. Don't
this
you?
is Heidi's idea.
Okay.
So Heidi has a popcorn maker she brought in from home. It's one of those fancy old-fashioned ones.
Yes.
And it's kind of a commercial thing.
Okay.
Makes a lot of popcorn.
Okay.
And she she came up with this idea a couple weeks ago. She wanted to sell popcorn.
Okay.
And donate. So this is a donation, suggested donation. Donate whatever you want, but get a bag of freshly popped popcorn.
Okay.
And give Heidi a little money for the 2-year-old William Brown, who is going through cancer treatment right now.
Yes.
And Heidi will give all the proceeds to the William Brown family.
Wow, that's great.
It is great.
And that's the West High Street Bryan location.
That's just yep, the West Bryan main stop. That's the only one doing it.
Yeah.
This was Heidi's baby, and she's got it all set up, ready to go, and she's popping popcorn.
Heidi, kudos to you, man. That it's great. You guys, man, not all your stores get involved with all those kinds of things. They really do. You know?
But Heidi's extra special.
Yeah,
though.
she is.
I gotta say that she's got a really big heart.
Yeah, and I hope she got a Hunsky out of our buddy Tommy this morning for that bag of popcorn.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, though, that would be tough to get out of Tommy. Okay, there's a bunch of them in there, but he always keeps like 3 ones in amongst them all.
Oh, he can sneak them out.
He sorts through, and you're like, well, no, that's 100, another 100. There's a $1. Well, there's that one. Yeah, here's the $1 for.
So you're saying if you shake him, pretty hard, some big bills could fall out.
Big cash could come out of that boy if you could just
nice.
Get that to the point, where you could get to that.
I love you're telling Tommy's secrets. I love it.
You just have to know. You have to know a little bit about him. That's kind of how he is. But he got a big heart and a bigger wallet. Okay.
Yeah.
But the money that comes out of that wallet is teeny tiny most of the time.
And he would even admit that.
He's
tight. Yeah,
he's a tight wad. He's proud of it.
Yeah,
he's totally proud of that.
That's how you get the big bill.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And so that's the way that it works. He'll be in here at 11 o'clock, and I know you got a scoot right now.
I do.
Thirsty Thursday, 79 cents. Get your coffee, cappuccino, or fountain drink. Get the big one today at all the main stops.
And I want to send a special thank you out to Jennifer and Kat and all the folks at the West Union Main Stop, too, for providing us with burritos and sandwiches.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, yeah.
And we grabbed a couple more of those fried pies.
Red ras. Tommy, I'm beating you up right now. If you're listening, the reward will be worth it because I have 2 red raspberry pies sitting here waiting for you to help soothe all the pain that you just went through for me telling everybody that listens, the millions and millions of people, that you're a tightwad. How's that? Jeffrey, thanks for being here, man.
Good to see you, Jim.
Time for O&N News on the Q96.5 FM.